Hey Raya, how are you? Hi, how are you?
Hi, everyone.
Oh, Lisa.
Well, Marina, you made it. Hey,
Yeah.
Lisa.
Oh, wonderful. How are you today?
Good. Hi. Sorry, I realized I was on mute.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Nice to see you all. It's been a while.
Yeah, where are you?
I'm back in the US. Yeah, so I'm back in
Okay,
the States. Yeah.
good. All right.
So we are waiting for David. Then Sayo, she told me that she is gonna be late. She doesn't know yet if she can, if the internet is gonna be enough in Bart because she's gonna be in Bart right now. And April, she's gonna join us like in 5-10 minutes.
hmm
And I'm still waiting answer from Sylvia. She accepts meetings invitation in Google Calendar, but I haven't heard from her for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry I missed the meeting offline, the first meeting. I was so jealous.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah,
Next
it looked
time.
like a lot of fun. Yes. Next time indeed.
By the way, I started to read this book.
The Art
So
of
good.
Doing Twice the Work in Half. Ooh, very cool. Is it good?
Really good. Yeah, I like it. I just cannot stop reading.
Great. Yeah, I will make sure I take that book down. How to
I can
do.
write it down in the Slack channel.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. I was looking
All
for
right, that
more
would be
new
perfect.
books.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
We're all trying to take notes.
and
Let's
I
see.
want to remind you all that
it's
I
very
need to
bright.
leave at 9:20 and go to my work.
Yes. Yeah.
Little by little, step by step, we'll start
Yes.
having it.
Yeah. Congrats to you find a new job as well. I've been
Thank
a
you so
little
much.
off the loop. Yeah.
So let's start with Raya, I guess. For the first 10 minutes, we can discuss your PBI. What have you done? Oh, sorry. Let's
Hi,
start with
Sayoa.
Sayoa. Hi, Sayoa. Can you hear?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi. Congrats
Hi,
on first
Theo.
day of your new job.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm on my way to the studio now. Yeah.
That's so exciting.
How are you doing?
Sorry.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Lisa, yeah,
Yes.
how are you doing? Are you back from Taiwan?
Yes. Yeah. I'm back from Taiwan. I just got back in on Saturday night. Yeah. So I'm back in San Francisco now.
Okay, so are things okay over there?
Yeah, things are fine. But yeah, I don't want to be a downer on Monday morning. Yeah, but basically my grandfather had like a little bike accident and he passed away last week. But you know, I
Sorry.
was able to. That's all right. Yeah, but I was able to make it home in time to see him. So that was what's most important. So yeah, and it was nice to be able to spend time with family as well. So all in all, it worked out.
Okay, glad to.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
So let's
Great.
start with Sayoa's PBI. And Donald, is it possible if I ask you to share the Trello board?
Yeah, I'm trying to get in on the administration so that we can see in the while we're on the administrative side, we could see the actual preliminary website and that all the items that are in ready to launch public, we could see them in there first. So I'll pull that up. I'm trying to get to that site right now.
So
Apparently, I've
Sayoa,
got to go through a login. So hang on.
so Sayoa, since you don't have much time, can you start please?
Yeah, I hope. I mean, my connection is really poor, so I hope you can hear me. So yeah, basically, do you have access to my post? I don't have it in front of me, but I'm hoping that you guys can see it. So basically, I think, yeah, sorry. I mean, it's so noisy here. So yeah, the way I wrote my article, it's basically I made a small introduction on, you know, like how I landed in the Scrum team. And then basically I wrote a little bit about my experience and, you know, like the tools I've been using so far. And right at the end, as a
You can't. We lost your audio. Yeah, we lost your audio. We didn't hear the last sentence.
I can hear you, but yeah, it's my connection keeps getting, you know, it's a bit messy. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Now it's good.
Yes. So basically, yeah, I mean, there is not much to talk about my PBI this time. So it's basically, you know, like my own experience about, you know, like what's been like joining the Scrum team, the tools I'm using, and right at the end.
Lost you again. You phased out.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, right at the end, I finished by adding, you know, for anyone reading my article, you know, I added a link to the volunteer form in case of, you know, anyone wants to join, and that's pretty much. So I just need, you know, either from the product owner or the sponsors to go through it and give thumbs up, or you know, if there is any, you know, update that you guys feel I should be doing. So happy to hear comments.
Okay, so I'm bringing up the Trello board so you can follow. And so, Sewa, I went ahead and I went ahead and reviewed the post that you had, and it seemed fine. David and I are pleased with it. We're really happy that we're able to get this milestone. So this is going to benefit everybody, and hopefully other folks. You sort of created the path for other people to follow, and so that's a piece of knowledge that would be helpful for other team members who want to get a little more exposure. And I think on top of that, you took advantage of getting you know, being that the fact that you did a profile, and now that your article's linked to your profile gives you that additional exposure. And so I think in this particular sprint 4, this team has made, so as part of my conclusion, but I'll go a little early, but you'll see, I'm seeing a theme that this is allowing members who are volunteers to get the exposure that we wanted. And so you guys all broke through and got it to that point. So we're really pleased with the progress the team did today. So CEO, that one piece that you did got us to that step as well. There's some other things that April did as well, but we'll talk about that on her review. And then Ria, you assisted with that as well. So this team really got us to where we needed. I think the process is working because they were top on the backlog items, and the value that we're getting out of this is really high. So thank you. So I'll accept your entry, and we can go publish your article. And I'm hoping that it all has worked. I tested it on the inside, and it seems like your profile works as well. And I just want to say you motivated me to go get my profile fixed. I think mine might be up. I'm not sure, but I think it's there. But yeah, matter of fact, it is. I think it's been a long week. I can't remember all the details I've done, but I'm pretty sure I went in at least on the test site. I looked at mine and it worked based on what you did, Seoa. So you're an inspiration as well. Okay. So at that, we'll take that one item. Who wants to manage the board? I have it up. You want me to take it and move it to the completed file? And
I've just dragged it to done. Yeah, so I think, yeah, so it sounds like this is done, and we'll probably just make a copy of it because this is a recurring content, and as you have seen in the label, it's an ongoing task. So I'm just going to make a copy of it, and then at the end, Donald, when we are ready to accept everything, then I can clone things.
Okay, all right, great, thank you. You got your product owner hat back on. Thank you.
No, of course. Thank you so much for your help.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to add something here. So this task, can I speak now?
Yes, go ahead, Ria.
Okay. So I realized that my knowledge of Sprint and Scrum is so poor that I did not actually realize that our sprint is getting over today. So, so I think it just struck me when, Marina told me, I mean, you mentioned that on Slack that, okay, so basically all the activities that we've discussed were ideally supposed to be completed by today. And I think I did not have that sort of realization. And so there are still some things pending under my name, which is basically the completed tasks. So I was just working on them on a separate Excel file, and I mean, just trying to see what we can do and how we can publish that. But there's nothing that I've put up on the site yet. So apologies for that. I will get working on that as soon as I can.
Yeah. We can, by the end of the day, if you want to get it in, we can accept it. So not a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
And sorry, just to clarify, so is Ria's task also a blog?
No, it's not a blog. So I saw there were around 54 tasks that we have completed.
Mhm.
That this is there on Trello. So
Yes.
these have to be sort of, I mean, we're thinking of putting that as well on the website in terms of.
Oh, I see. Got it. So like a list of a summary of the previously completed items. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm just looking through Trello and trying to see, was there a specific PBI, specific item associated with it?
I think we kind of have to separate this one item, which is Sayo's item and Ria. From my perspective, I might be wrong.
Yeah, because I see the one that I just moved over to Done. Currently, it has 2 people in members. It has both Sayoa and Ria, which is why I wanted to clarify. So it sounds like both are attached currently to the same ticket, which is fine. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, so that's the thing, right? So the blog, so we have Sayoa's feedback now, but
Yes.
I'm also trying to collect this feedback from as many members as possible, which I tried on Slack. But I mean, previous members were not really responding. I mean, the previous
Not super active. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a problem. So I somehow see the blog part of it sort of going into several sprints, because as and when we get replies from people, I mean, like for example, ourselves, right? We can add to that particular blog as well at some point in time, but maybe not right now. So I don't see that particular aspect of the blog getting completed in sprint 4. It's probably an ongoing item, so I'm not sure how we can put that.
Okay. 2 things I've been thinking. Lisa, I'll drop this and you can share your screen, but maybe it belongs into the non-sprint work in progress. Maybe I'll leave that up to you. Also, I do have the same question as I had a hard time finding that activity in the sprint represented in the backlog item. So maybe we could clean it up and represent it at least, because it was work done. Again, we're flexible.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna, Lisa, you want to show your screen?
Yep, I can show my screen. Yep.
Okay, then I'll go ahead and get off.
Okay.
What I do have, Lisa, is I pulled up, I don't know if you could do this, but I logged in as admin and I'm pulling up the website as it is behind the non-published website that has all the updates in it.
Yeah, so the WordPress website.
Yeah,
basically.
so if folks want to present, they can go, just ask us to go through here and talk to it.
Yeah,
okay,
that should work. I can do that. Yep.
Okay, all right. So let me go ahead and stop sharing. Okay.
Okay, let me share my screen. Can you all see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. So just really quick, I have this one which currently logged in. So this is how it looks. And as you can see, COS post is here, currently marked as private. I also have the WordPress interface open here and Trello board. So just real quick to recap what we just talked about, I've updated this blog ticket or PBI, and right now it's just Sayoa, and this is now linked with just Sayoa's completion. And I've created a new one, and this one currently have just Ria, and we can work through and update this later to match what Ria has discussed there, which sounds like it's a collating summary of feedback from past SBPM members, but we can hash this out later. But right now I just have it in block, just so that we have two separate tickets. And then while we're still on that topic, there's also a copy of it here, and this will be ongoing, right? Because it's always something in the backlog that new members can choose to write blogs if they have limited time. Yeah, so right now this looks like it's 3 different copies, but I'll make sure I clean up the information so they look like 3 distinct different PBIs. Okay, great.
We need
Thank
one
you.
more, Lisa. Looks like we need one more, which is basically the completed tasks. I don't see that here.
When you say completed task, as in
We're
all.
Yeah, we're planning to publish all the basically the achievements of all the previous sprints.
Sure. So that's currently in here. So a very brief update. Typically with the sprint, these 4 columns are the ones that's related to current sprint, right? So sprint backlog, in progress, blocked, and done. And right now at the end of this, when we've gone through everyone's outstanding tickets, then done tickets will be dragged to accepted. So right now, this entire column is a collation of everything different Scrum team members have completed for as long as SBPM has been here. Yeah, so if you're looking for all past completed work, accepted, this is the one.
Right, and may I add, just for Ria's benefit, is that we have archived items as well. So between the items in the accepted column and the archived items are the total number of sprint items, the historical items that we've completed.
And
so
we're, okay.
There were around 54 to 55 items. As per what Donald had mentioned, I have searched on archive, and there's actually a list of things. So those have to be published on the website in terms of the achievements of the previous sprints.
Right.
So
be careful with the archives, because some of them are, I don't know how to delete ones that we haven't completed, so they may be mixed.
Okay.
Yep.
We can take
completed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So accepted is everything that's officially being completed at various past sprints. I'm not as familiar with the archive function, so someone may have to show me later as to where to find archive, but that's fine. It sounds like that's a cleanup task related. Yeah, that's fine.
Right. And Lisa, there is a backlog item to talk about where we're going to store and
completed
record.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is not a bad. This is not a good spot. I can tell even the Ria. The good thing is the exercise helps us discover what we don't know, what we don't know. And one of them was, we need a spot for this that's a little better for us to manage and realize what is real completed items and what isn't. So the historical work is very important. It's valuable. Thanks.
Okay. Sounds great. All right. Is April on the call? Oh, I see you. Hi, April. So I will at this point return things back to Maria.
So if April is here, let me give her time, since she's not going to be here for a long time. And can you report us what have you done, and if you have any difficulties or anything we can improve for next thing, Regus product?
Yeah. So can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
By the way, folks, I just turned on recording, so I thought this would be beneficial. But we lost a little bit, but let's continue, and this will help us for new members to see. So anyhow, I just wanted to let you know. Thank you.
I have my recording as well.
Yeah, it's on now.
It was on since in the beginning with my Zoom.
Okay.
Just
all right.
You know. Sorry.
Okay. Great.
All right, cool. And since my video seems to be a black box anyway at the moment, I'll just talk.
Okay.
My PBI, it's the thing we never got sort of resolved was that there's a research piece to this and there's a creating a new page piece. And when we, in terms of the definition of done, so when we talked on the, and they're in the the definition of done to me seems like they're in the order of do the research first and then put up the page. But what we had talked about in the sprint planning was get the page done first and start on the and then start on the research. So I got the page done and the it needs still 2 more links. I've got 1 incorrect link and 1 person who doesn't have a link. But there is a new page up. It is linked from, it does not live anywhere in the main navigation, which is something we might want to consider or not. There are 2 ways to get to it. If you go to the volunteer info, thank you for whoever's navigating. And then you scroll down almost to the bottom of the page, you'll see, yeah, that, exactly. That's the page. So there it is. I've got the wrong link for 1 person and Liz Garcia, I still need a link for. And then for Cyanica, I need, that's the wrong link. So yes, exactly. Thank you. So for the other, and then the other way to get through it to it is at the bottom of the right page. Yeah, exactly. Way over there. So that also goes to the same place. So it doesn't live on the navigation, which may be something we want to consider or not. So that page is done and the sidebar is updated. All of those links go to our appropriate LinkedIn pages, which also is another interesting, that was when we talked about it, we didn't talk about LinkedIn in the beginning at all. That was kind of a late breaking development and it seemed like something like I could get done and the research I couldn't get done. So I went ahead and got the LinkedIn pages done. So I would say the next, if we're to continue with the research, we need some information from either David or Matt about where does this live, so we know what resources we have, where we could put a database. Because as soon as I started reading research, it started talking about, well, determine first where your page lives. And I was like, oh, okay. There's the first piece of information I don't have. So that would definitely need, right out of the gate, would need help from David or Matt to know that. So that's what I've got. Questions?
Let's see, that other piece that you did for the LinkedIn connections that's added,
Yeah.
is that going to be thrown, is there a backlog item that we put in on the sprint and get it credit for completion?
Oh, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I almost feel like this PBI could have been split up into 2 different things.
Right.
Okay, sorry. So just to clarify, how would you suggest to slice it?
So I would suggest to slice it. The first is to get the page set up and get a static page set up, and go ahead and put, and including LinkedIn connections. And then the second piece would be to do all the research and figure out how to dynamically update that page rather than manually update it every time.
Okay.
Because it's still on manual update.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So in that case, I'm going to say, so this is going to be automated volunteer list update, right? So this is a new one. and
Yeah.
we'll keep the attachments and comments for now. And I'm going to put that just in general into backlog. So this is going to be new. Create card. Let's see if that works. Okie dokie. Sorry, let me put that. Okay, so now it should be here. Yeah, so this one is now for automated update, and I'm going to remove the implementation bit because that's manual. Yep, so that's done, and this is to do with research and database, etc., etc. And then for the one you have currently, I'm going to update this to manual cleanup, and to your point, removing the research pieces for now.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Great.
Well,
comment on that?
Can I, one more thing, Lisa? It wasn't just cleanup on the right sidebar, it was also creation of the new volunteer page.
Got it. So I'm going to say it's just a manual update of volunteer list. Yeah, and then here, right sidebar. Yeah, so I'm going to say volunteer info page, which we used to have a PBI at some point. I'll have to clean that up. But in the meantime, we have a list already. So I'm just going to add that here for now. Yeah, and but to your point here, the review is currently found on both the right sidebar and the volunteer info page. And I wrote the outstanding item needed, which is LinkedIn profile for Liz Garcia and Sayantika Banjuri.
Yep.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you. So I guess in that sense, it's definitely still in progress. Yeah. So which is fine. So we'll keep this here for now, depending on how.
If somebody
could
get me those. Yeah, if somebody could get me those 2 links, I can get them done tomorrow. If somebody wants to send them to me, I can get it done so it doesn't hang out in progress. I know when you're doing volunteer things, you know, like I'd like to have it done.
Yes, for sure. Okay, we'll see. We can definitely send out email. I know I had Sayantika at some point, so I'll just have to look and see if I have her somewhere. I'm not sure about Liz Garcia, so maybe David or Donald, maybe either of you would have Liz LinkedIn.
Yeah, I'll look up. I think I have one of her old resumes. I'll look it up.
Okay,
I just haven't had time. I told April I'd try to do that this morning. So
yeah, no problem. Okay, sounds good. I'm just gonna go to here, and I'll just make a quick note in our stand-up channel, just so we have that. Liz Garcia's LinkedIn. Okay.
all right.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, do you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because I have some difficulty in hearing. It just cuts off. On automating the list of volunteers, that requires a bit of product development. In other words, we have to create a module for ourselves. That includes PHP programming, includes MySQL database creation, and includes a little bit of legwork. At this point, I think once we create the past sprints page and links, that those are going to stay there. And going forward, thank you very much, Lisa. It's going to be hand by hand manual job, and it's going to be like adding 4 or 5 new people's LinkedIn profile.
So David, what I hear you saying is that then that this wouldn't necessarily, this new one we created isn't necessarily have the same priority level that the other one did.
The new one that you have created is already is a good job. It's excellent, and it's going to be there for a long time, for almost the entire life of our website, because that's going to next sprint we're going to add on the top of that, or maybe just copy this, put to the new team members in it. So it's going to be a little bit of a manual work. Otherwise, we have to go and start programming in PHP, create a database of new people, make sure the PHP code, probably an Excel development. I don't think we have the talent, unless I quit my job and I start doing it. B, we have the bandwidth to do that.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, David,
Yeah.
I have a question on that.
Yes.
You know that there'll be we have in the backlog item, the Gutenberg version 5. Would that help us manage that a little better?
No.
No?
No, because what happens, editing tools or modules or plugins added to any content management system is going to just have that editing section, which is just a GUI for
I was just wondering.
typing. What we're saying on this one is a product development. Then we can start at on a probably on open source level, provide that to everyone else, or modify it in a larger, in better way and start making money. We're not in that market space.
Right. Got it.
Sorry, I was muted. Okay, so I've just basically added that here, and I've updated the priority of this to low versus high effort for now. So as of now, as we said in today's meeting, David noted custom code is going to be required. So for now, this is going to be kind of on the back burner, and it's something that will probably require some web admin and technical assistance. So it'll be low, and that's more for record keeping. So it's going to be here as low and high effort, low value and high effort. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, sounds good. So I think that's it. So sorry, Donald, you mentioned the Gutenberg one. Is that this one?
Yes.
Okay. So is this? I know. Okay. So Sylvia, was she still working on this, or is this tossed back into the backlog?
She just answered to me that she couldn't participate today's meeting, and even she added in Doodle her availability, and she added in Google Calendar that she can come, so she could not do it. And when I asked her if she's working on this again, she said yes, I will, but never, asked if she needs any more help. So I think we can move it for next backlog or for next week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm just going to add the notes here for her to update progress when possible. From October 2019 sprint.
But it's low level of importance, right?
Yeah. It is.
Yes, it's low importance, so low value and high effort. Yeah.
Right. And the definition of done is not to have the Gutenberg transfer. It's just to have some information on making that decision.
Yeah.
Okay. I will get back to her and report on the Slack channel, or maybe she will text from there.
Okay, great. Perfect. All right, so I think that covers all of the 4 existing tickets. David, Donald, do you have any comments, additions?
On Gutenberg, again, based on what we talked with Donald, it's a plugin for editing. When we added Yoast SEO, it excluded some of the original out-of-the-box editing capabilities of WordPress. And that's why I was hesitating always, and will be, adding any SEO plugin to any content management system, because they add extra things that are not necessary. Nonetheless, what we have right now is workable. I have a ticket myself that you don't see anywhere. It's what I need to do is making a backup of the site, putting it in one of my domain name, disable SEO, and see the difference before I open that to anybody. You don't need to add that to any backlog item. It's something David is going to do. So we don't really need to add extra modules to our system. When it's not needed, we don't have to have. This is, again, thank you very much. It is low in priority and very high in effort, because it's going to add yet another layer of complexity. But allow me some time to do a little research and experiment on that before I open it up.
Yeah. Couple corrections, Lisa.
Mhm.
It's the information. What you mentioned is it's Gutenberg is a WordPress plugin for editing.
Okay.
Is that correct, David?
Got it.
Yeah, and David, I thought we had some problems with WordPress in the current theme, or in its current condition that had some problems. We thought Gutenberg was going to correct that. I don't think we captured that in here in any of the documentation, but there was some issues with some of the default plugins that caused some problems. We thought that this would correct. Is that no longer the issue?
Actually, this will not correct anything. This is, again, because we are volunteers and every one of us research differently and find information from different angles. For instance, for SEO, there are like about 14, 15 different plugins. Yoast has been the longest one, and hence most complex, and hence it creates a lot of problems. As our site stands today, it is not hard to work with it, but Yoast has created some sort of backward compatibility for our editing capability. For instance, if right now we have a new content generator, a new author joining us, he or she is going to have a little bit of challenge to add their blog into our system. We want this to be as easy as possible. Just as we used to say, a 5-year-old could add their content into it. At this point, that's not that user friendly. So I'm trying to work around and see what we can at least to the previous version, where, for instance, Kimberly would log in and right now it's block, it's wide, stay on block. Start example level WordPress have problem error in that blog. We totally eliminate. This is not we have error in any HTML, any content. That error shows so that the writer would. It is not right that I'm trying we can not to break it because it's working.
Yeah.
I'll try to find a better way of
We're looking to improve the user front editors for the right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's currently right now it's a little cumbersome, and they need to be a little aware of things so that it doesn't expose bad format with the. I get it.
Quick note. I was editing the because I had to do for the sidebar. I had to actually edit HTML, and that one did ping it when I had missed a closed tag. So interesting that it will for the sidebar. it will add HTML.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. So based on that, I've updated the notes as you, David and Donna were talking, and I'll probably need some assistance from one of you to create a follow-up PBI if you experience related items that we may either turn into a product backlog or at least be a separate and edit to a pile of sprint work that's now ongoing. Or as you can see, currently mostly sponsors who are working on that. Yeah, so we'll touch that separate offline.
Yes.
Okay, I see all that's captured in the Gutenberg
it's all
blog,
noted here.
but
Yeah,
we're going to break
exactly.
it down
Yeah.
now. Okay,
Mhm.
thank you.
Okay.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's pretty much it. Are we ready to go forth to accept the done?
Yes, with the option of RIA to the acceptance.
Sure.
call.
Okay. So I think in that case, it sounds like for right now, we'll move Sayoa's ticket into accept because she has completed it. It's just a matter of getting published. And Don would be the one to approve that publish.
Yeah, but David can too, but we both approve.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna add here publish Sayoa's. We add into accepted. And then in the meantime, for now, because I think at this point, unsure when the next sprint is going to begin yet. So for now, I'm just to keep Ria's PBI here for blocked. And because it sounds like it might be something that's ongoing, or Ria, do you want to release people back into the backlog? And if you choose to pick it up in the next sprint, great. Or at least you can summarize what you have found so far. Which would you prefer? You're currently on mute.
Yeah. So as of now, there's not much information to collate. So maybe you can keep under my name. I can continue to work on that. But then I'm getting carried for many other sprints. I'm totally fine with it because the way I see it, somebody will still have to be responsible for this in every sprint. So the two names.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in that case, for now, I'm going to just remove her, but we'll move it back into the product backlog. And like you said, if you choose to participate or take this on for the next sprint, we can just add your name.
Yeah, and I'm starting to think that that's a medium, but we'll leave it as it is because there's a lot of reading.
Yes, yeah, and I think we can, we'll probably
refine it.
We'll need to refine this before the next sprint anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's going to be some tweaking and reorganization as we go forward.
A quick note. Isa, a quick note.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The backlog that you had ongoing, and it was assigned to me as moving the domain name. It's already done. Both .com and .net are moved into
Oh, fantastic!
my
Yes, I see
Nick
here.
account, and they're both done. They
Wonderful.
moved both of them, both .net and .com. I was trying to get svpm.com or svpm.org, and honestly, some smart people get these domains, and they were asking me for $12,000. I said, you can't do that. So on that,
no, thank you.
A quick note on in general processing of my apology. I'm being from different area. As Ria was, you all noticed, we are not completely working on a Scrum fashion. We are on a Scrum Bun fashion because of the nature of Scrum, because of our Scrum, we don't have a complete, it is complete work product as is. So it's not complete Kanban as in going on. We are adding different components. So it is complete Scrum Bun, just for your information. And yes, it is volunteer based, so we're continuously adding our team members to us, and thank everybody for that. And going forward, we will make sure that everybody's name is tied to their LinkedIn, because that's the least we can do to our team members. But let's just keep as is. Thank you very much, Ria, for putting it. Shows you are progressing as the site is progressing, as all of us are learning from.
Mm-hmm.
Just wonderful.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay.
So let me add, this will be helpful for Marina, April, and others, but between Lisa, David, and myself, we haven't had a chance. We're all sort of up, but one of the things I was thinking is that David mentioned Kanban. We might open up the idea of making this. I think the sprint is, but there might be another optional approach to who are a little more advanced and already have sprint knowledge can take a backlog item on their own, like volunteers that can be within the cycling program, and then push one in, put it, and we could see those going. I don't know if Trello provides swim, but it'd be sort of the hybrid approach that would allow other members who can't be here and work with scheduled activities can do this and add value on their own. Like David did, actually, David did the con piece, right? You really think about it, to our the things that he did. Right.
Great.
Yeah, and honestly, just FYI, I was at San Francisco Raptors membership volunteer program and I was volunteered right way to start Scrum of Scrum to lead the EVTs, and about less than 10 so we're going to create Scrum of Scrum that we building dependency. We'll be adding Scrum and hopefully we'll take the site to a complete Scrum at scale level, whatever that works, whenever we can. So we're continuously improving how we work together.
Excellent. So I'm going to leave it back to either Lisa or Marina. I think I have to finish up with April's piece.
Yeah.
And, yeah, and I think somebody has to leave at 10:45. Still have to leave.
Yeah.
I have to leave at 8. I have to leave in 6 minutes.
So let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think
I want to accept April's. We only have that one other piece, that condition of the link thing, and so we'll accept it.
so. April will just touch base on Slack, specifically around the 2 outstanding items.
Awesome.
Sorry, 2 outstanding. Alrighty. Okay. That sounds okay. I'll pass it back to Marina.
Can you hear me, guys? Can you hear me?
Hey, Marina, I think you're on mute.
Now
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I have some difficulties
Yes,
with internet, I guess. Yeah.
Now we can hear you.
So thank you for such a great sprint the work we all have done. It's impressed for me how much we were able to complete with such a small team this sprint. And Lisa, I also very impressed how fast you're working with the Trello board and typing new information in it. I would like to learn it from you actually and impressing this point. And thank you for completing everything with the time manner. I don't know, from my side it's all, and we can publish our record later in our Slack channel. And I just wanted to remind you that this Friday we have a sprint review meeting. Unfortunately, I couldn't participate, but I would love to leave few notes. If David, you can, or Donald, you can, announce it instead of me, it would be great. And thank you.
Okay.
Looks like my connection.
Yeah, I just want to add one comment to close. You guys, like I mentioned, go ahead, Marina.
Did you hear me? I'm sorry.
Thank you, Marina, and excellent job. I will back you up on the retrospective.
Thank you, everyone. And if you,
I think there was some will back you up for it.
Yeah.
I
Can I share something with all of you? It'll just take 2 minutes. Do you,
Yes.
it's yeah. So it's, how do I?
I think Lisa will have to, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
okay. Yeah, I mean, I have to share my screen with you. So
Yeah, here there's a share button on the bottom of your display, a green little icon with the folder.
yeah, sure. Okay. So see my screen now.
Yeah.
Okay. List of all the tasks that have to be the previous tasks of all sprints, right? So they were all here in the archived section. And so basically, I was not sure if this was the right approach to do it. But what I did is, and I pasted it onto an Excel sheet. And of course, this looks very raw. It's like this. And so this is basically the list of all the tasks that the sprints, right? Now, what are your thoughts publishing this on the website? The thing is, if I add a little bit of information about all of these tasks, it's actually not there. So most of the items, if I go and click inside, there's not much information inside. It's probably because, so do you think it's just enough to sort of list the tasks down? Or, I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, what I'm thinking is a lot of this is diluted from our first experience in the sprint. We tried to create some backlog items that didn't really, we were forming. So a lot of those that don't have any a full sprint. What we had first sprint team sort of the sprint beta. So some of the archive stuff, since we can't delete in the confusion here. So I think the ones, the numbers for sure, if you look at them, I'm almost, I don't know. If you want, you can go forward, just take what we have in the, we got to see what the values in those items there, keep them as a list. But I think the current ones that are really in the accepted column right now that haven't been archived are real valid completed tasks. Maybe we should focus on that. And I don't think that was enough. It'd be more work trying to find out which one is a valid backlog item and which one isn't.
So what you're suggesting is just take what's there on the accept.
Let's start with the column.
Okay.
Let's see if we got time. Maybe we can extract some value out of that, the backlog items. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I think if you have a few blocks, 2 or 3 paragraphs on how, for instance, past print is gone, that would capture basically what to communicate to our community, what we're doing here with time. We're adding things here. So maybe but we are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a system driven by volunteer project and program managers for the project management community. Small paragraph on what we've been doing would be sufficient, because we're not going to read to our manager or community as we've done A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I. We're just going to say that these are what we've done. Join us, basically.
Right. So, David, as you were saying that, you have an excellent idea, and I thought, Ria, what we can do is tell the story. we have this archive. Let's be open and honest about what we did, right? I just told you what we did. If we had maybe that story, we could put that list there and say, this is what it is, right? And it's really telling us the true, the like I said, this is what happens in the real environment, right? It's not perfect. And, you know, maybe if we could somehow express that candidly to our folks that are joining and listening and learning through our website, then that would be helpful, because, right, you're just learning that we ran into a problem, right? We threw things in the archive. We had a limitation on a tool. I think everybody's going to experience that kind of scenario. It'll be in different situations, but this is how we managed it. And I think that's really the essence of what we're trying to accomplish. So it'd be easier for you too. We do not, being true to Scrum, we want the MVP be something that has value, but doesn't, we don't do painstaking details. It slows us down, right? So that approach is also supports our whole mission, right? So that I can provide maybe we have this recording. You can listen to it and go back to my explanation of why we got into it. Maybe that's David's talking about here. A very excellent approach. It really does give people a candid understanding of what the experience of Scrum is all about, and how we form and how we solve problems. And we learn what we know, what we don't know, right? We try, we fail fast, right? All those things.
Right. So in short, what we're doing is, to begin with, we will go with what we have in terms of detailed information. And
yeah, those are things we certainly can communicate to other people, that these are log items that have been completed based on the efforts of the last 4 or 5 sprints. The archives have some of that in it, but they're mixed because of the beginning of the whole program, right? We had some drawbacks and some learnings experiences that we had to overcome, and we did.
Sure. And one suggestion I think is, from now on, the minute we have something being accepted into the completed item, let's already just publish it on the website. So we already have a back.
Yes.
Yeah, we can keep it up to date at that point. You're right.
Yeah. So then we don't have the the problem of something getting archived, and then we don't have, you're not able to pull it back.
Right. So what we're talking about here is a really interesting concept, and I want to point it out. It's we're what we call technical debt by doing that. So it's very good. We're finding a process to keep us up to speed, so that we don't have to go back and do an exercise that slows us down and focus away from things that are really important to the backlog.
Right. I mean, because this is all solid, substantial work, and it would be, a pity if we can't really put this on the website. So, not having this. So I think at least going forward, just we can keep it on.
Yeah, definitely. Keep that estimate up. Yeah. Okay, I think we lost Lisa.
We may.
Yeah.
You want to drive?
Well, all it is I think we got everything. I think we're done. What she did was put the items in the right columns and in the accepted column. So this is basically just a comment section. I'm pretty sure that's why she felt comfortable to leave. We'll always add, some conversation to get you, sort of aware of the experience. And so this is part of that. And, Lisa's got plenty of that. I think she's okay. So I just wanted to add that the theme that I started with at the beginning of this call before you got on, David, is I guess Sprint 4 really focused a lot of the activities that you guys picked, focused a lot, that's dear to our hearts, is to get you the recognition So you put in place the formatting and the tools and the features, the functionalities within the website for you and future members of the volunteers to get the proper recognition. That LinkedIn connection, one of our members showed you how it is to create a blog post and to integrate their profile on the website. So every time you create a blog post, your name is under there as the author, and people can click on that and look at your profile. And then on top of that, they can go to the sidebar, look at your name, and get on the LinkedIn. I think this is excellent. So great job, Marina. You drove this. Ria, you're part of that team. So everybody deserves a lot of credit. Thank you, and we're really, really happy that you guys have gone this far. It's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, yeah, for everyone. It was a great sprint, and let's keep going and move forward and make it better and learn more and explore our knowledge. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, Marina, if you could post this on Slack, it'd be great for folks who couldn't join or couldn't hit all the comments. I want to be sure that they hear this. And up again, as we slow down, I'm going to try to find some time to get new recruits in. And so in our next sprint, we'll do an introduction to kick off and so forth, and do the same thing we did all over again. All right. So that's on my to-do list, is to get some of these folks that are in my list of contacts that are interested in being part of the team, and we'll get them on board. Okay.
Yeah, I will do post it after I finish my job, or maybe during my lunch today. And keep in touch. And I'm finishing this meeting right now for Donald Heath. I think he's the host right now.
Yeah, so Marina, you're breaking up a little bit. I didn't quite catch everything, but it sounds like let's get together offline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll catch that. That'll be a better communication channel. I think you're breaking up, so it'd be best for us to talk there, and we'll go over.
Okay,
Yeah.
bye.
Thank you very much, Marina and Ria.
Yeah.
Donald, you're
Have a nice
awesome.
day.
And reach out. I owe both Marina and Ria on offline. Need to get back to you.
Yeah, you guys might.
You and I, we need to.
Yeah, the startup is taking traction, and I'm trying to sort of stay on top of everything. I appreciate it.
Sure.
Okay.